My brother, I want you to do me a favor. But before you do that, listen, I don't know how you came across this. I don't know why you're listening to it, but however way this has reached you, I want you to do me a favor. Whatever it is that you're doing, wherever it is that you are, I want you to do something radical. I want you to stand up. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. I mean it in that I'm saying if you're sitting down right now, wherever you are, I want you to literally stand up. Stand up because far too many men of our age are down, broken backs, bent hearts, silent voices, eyes like dim lanterns flickering and looking for something to hold on to. And to be honest with you, I don't blame you. We were born into a world of noise and pressure, of half truths dressed as progress, of cheap dopamine, hollow affirmations, and endless comparisons. You were told to be sensitive, but not too sensitive, strong, but not too strong, useful, but never a burden. You've been told who you are not your whole life, but I'm here to remind you who you are and who you're capable of. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not your father's absence. You are not what society said when it ignored your tears. Let me tell you something. You are potential. You are power. And above all, you are responsible. Now, look, some of you flinch when you hear that word responsible, responsibility, accountability, because it's been used like a whip. But I want you to hear it differently today. The Stoics, men who trained their minds like warriors, trained their bodies. They believed that freedom begins when we take responsibility of our own soul. In fact, I remember reading something where how do you say this name? I think it's Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And let me tell you something, brother. That mastery doesn't come from control, it comes from honesty. It means looking in the mirror. And I mean really looking and asking, what pain am I running from? What anger have I buried so deep I only see it when I hurt people I love? What kind of man do I want to be when no one is watching? Let me tell you a story. There was a boy who never knew his father. He came to this country and was mocked for his name, his skin, and the way he spoke. He failed school, drowned in debt, drank himself into the arms of police cells and prostitute. He was lost. But let me tell you something, he wasn't dead. Not yet. Would you believe it? That boy was me. And I tell you that not to gain your pity, but to tell you the truth. If you are still breathing, then you're not finished. You might be a mess, but you are not a mess. You might be behind, but you're not broken. You've just been asleep. You've been parked, and I'm here to wake you up. You are a man, not in the way Instagram tells you, not in how many women you pull or hard, or how not in the way of how many women you pull or how hard you flex, but in your ability to confront your shadows, to choose purpose over pleasure, to protect without controlling, to lead by serving, to weep without shame and fight without cruelty. You come from a line of warriors and poets. You carry the blood of kings and slaves, philosophers and builders. You're not here by accident. There's a quote from the Odyssey which goes, the Odyssey is basically an ancient Greek poem about a man trying to find his way home. Odysseus, um, shipwrecked and broken, covered in salt, prays to the gods and says, I am a man, I have borne many things, I can bear this too. In the same token, so can you. I once asked a young man what he feared most. His response to me was becoming my dad. I looked at him and said, then don't. Become the man you needed your dad to be. Become the man you needed your dad to be. And here's the thing, men don't grow by being liked, men grow by being challenged. So I'm not here to baby you. I'm not here to pander to you. I'm here to challenge you, to call the king out of the peasant, the warrior out of the addict, the leader out of the follower. You are being called not to perfection, but to progress, to stop reacting and start creating, to stop protecting and start building. And this is the beginning. Let me leave you with this line from Tupac, because not all poets wore, togas or wrote in Latin. I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. Maybe that brain is yours. Let me ask you something. What will they say about you when you're gone? Will they be saying things like he had a six pack? Will they be saying things like he had those Jordans or he had fresh trainers? Or will they say things like he was a man who showed up when everybody else ran? He was a man who faced his demons so his sons wouldn't have to. He was the bridge between trauma and healing in our family. Now, that isn't that legacy? And it doesn't begin with money, it begins with a decision, with a choice. Every man must answer a sacred question at some point in his life. Am I going to run or am I going to rise? Look, you can run into drink. You can run into porn. You can run into silence, sarcasm, banter, or surface level status games. Or, and this is where the choice comes in, you can rise. And rising doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it looks like getting therapy instead of revenge. Sometimes it looks like working three jobs so your little brother can go to school. Sometimes it looks like being misunderstood because you chose peace over pettiness. There is no glory without sacrifice. The Greeks told the story of Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to give it to mankind. And for that, he was punished. And that's what it means to lead, to suffer for something bigger than yourself, to bleed so others can burn brighter. But listen, you are not a victim. Even if you were abused, even if you were abandoned, even if you are angry, you are more than what has been done to you. You are a blacksmith at the forge of your own soul. And everything that tried to kill you only gave you the raw materials. And now, as I've been saying, you must decide. Do I become bitter or do I become better? Do I build a weapon or do I build a legacy? Marcus Aurelius, a Roman Empire and a Stoic, wrote this in his private journal. Waste no time arguing about a good man, what a good man should be one. I repeat, waste no time arguing about what a good man should be one. And he wrote that whilst leading armies and facing plagues. My question to you is, what's stopping you? Not your past, not your pain, not even your failures. The only thing standing between you and your destiny is your choice. It's a decision, right? You don't need to feel ready. You need to be willing. Let me speak to the part of you that's tired, to the part that pretends to be okay, to the part that's smiling on the outside and dying on the inside, the part that hasn't cried since your grandmother died, but has wanted to every single week since. You are not weak for feeling. You are not broken for needing. You are not less of a man for being human. To be human is to feel, is to experience. And I say this as someone who almost ended my life twice, but death doesn't scare me anymore. Wasting my life does. And I pray that one day you look back at this season and say, that was the moment I stopped asking for the word to rescue me and I started becoming the kind of man who could rescue others. There's a quote from a poem by I think you say it, Bukowski, where he says, you have to die a few times before you can really live. So maybe that version of you, the lazy one, the bitter one, the self-pitying one needs to die so that a wiser, stronger, freer man can rise. Men don't heal by talking alone, they heal by choosing. Choosing to show up, choosing to forgive, choosing to build, choosing to try again. And if you don't know what to build, build yourself because you are the foundation. No woman, no job, no car, no trainer, no holiday will ever fix what's broken inside of you if you haven't faced it. You are not just a man, you are a house. And every thought is a brick, every habit is a beam, every choice is a nail. So build something that you're proud of, something that your sons can walk into. You might not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be either. And that means something, right? So my recommendation to you is I believe that we need more men, more initiated men, men who don't just age but evolve, men who've been through the fire and didn't run from it, men who've held their childhood in one hand and their responsibility in the other and chose to grow. See, in ancient tribes, they had rituals. Boys were taken from villages and shown the darkness. They were stripped of comfort, told the truth, tested by pain, and then given a name that meant something. Not a username, not a tag, not a TikTok handle, but a name that connected to their purpose, their soul, their tribe. And I believe that's what's missing today. You go to barbershops, but there's no elders. Podcasts, you go to them, but there's no mentors. Followers, but no father figures. Achievements, but no anointing. So here has been my observation and what I believe is the truth. You don't become a man by mistake. You become a man by decision and by initiation. And right now, right here, I want to speak that initiation over you. You may not have had a father figure who taught you how to carry pain, but today you begin the work of becoming the man your future family will thank you for. You may not know what your purpose is. That's okay. But from this day forward, you will walk like you have one, think like you have one, speak like you have one, and you will find it. My observation has been that the universe bends to the man who walks with discipline. And discipline, my brother, is love. Discipline says, I believe there's something in me worth fighting for. Discipline also says, I will not sell my future for a few minutes of comfort today. Now, listen, I don't want to become biblical and all of that, but the Bible does say, where there is no vision, the people will perish. And I see too many men perishing slowly, quietly, smiling for Instagram, for Snap, right? But empty inside their soul. So I want to give you a vision, one to carry with you, right? When the crowd is gone. I want you to picture this. You walk into a room and you don't need to dominate because your presence brings peace. You hold your partner not out of fear of loneliness, but out of overflow. Your children run towards you, not away from you. Your friends know you as the one who never gave up. Your life becomes a map. Your scars become a sermon. That's the kind of man who you can become. But it all starts today. Not with motivation, but with movement, with progress. So I want you as I start thinking about ending this, I want to end this really with a declaration, something you can speak out loud, not for me, but for yourself. And, as I began off by asking you to stand up, you may feel that this is a little bit awkward, and that's fine. Say it anyway, because the boy in you is always listening. So repeat after me. I am not a victim of my past. I am the architect of my future. I carry pain, but I'm not defined by it. I choose discipline over distraction. I choose legacy over lust. I choose growth over comfort. I am a man in progress and I will not quit. Again, so say it louder. I am a man in progress and I will not quit. Right. Let that settle into your chest. Now, look, I would encourage you to just remember what I began this off with. Look to the brother to the left or to the right of you. If you are obviously you're next to another guy in a room and say, we rise together. Because look, the truth is, no man really heals in isolation. No king builds alone. No warrior fights forever without a tribe behind him. So find your tribe, and if you can't find one, build one. And when you leave this place, don't go to sleep. Walk like a man who has remembered who he is. The world needs you. We need you. Now, go and build, my friend.